Hello, and welcome to my Google Slides tutorial screencast. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Google slide that is engaging and follows the UDL guidelines. We're going to start today by me hitting over here in the inbox or in the index of slides so that I can go to the next slide. I've pre-made this tutorial so that I can guide you through it. Now, what I love about Google Slides is that you start with such a simple blank canvas for creativity. Look at this, just a blank slide. Let's say that I wanted to add text, a text block. There are multiple different ways of doing this, which follows the UDL principles. You can either hit New Slide and a basic slide with text will appear. You do this by going up here and hitting the plus button or New Slide. As you see, you can also hit the Control or Command if you're using a Mac and M button. Maybe not. That's fine. I just deleted that slide by hitting the Delete key on my computer. You can also hit the arrow by the plus button and select the layout that you want for your slide. I've gone with the title slide because it's bold and graphic, and it's the primary slide format that I will be using for this presentation. There are two other ways of creating simple text box. You can either hit this T button for text box, click and drag, and write your text. Or you can go up here to the menu, hit Insert, hit the text box button, click and drag, and write your text. This means that there are multiple ways of representing tools within slides, so once students find a way that suits them, they can use slides with ease. Everyone has their own method that works for them to use this program. Personally, I prefer to create the kinds of slides that I want to use so that I don't have to fiddle around with text boxes. I'll just spell check that. Slides also allow for visual representation, so that way students or viewers or slide creators don't just have to read a bunch of text. You can create funky text in word art by going up to Insert, Word Art, typing your words, whatever phrase you like, hit Enter, and then it appears. Then you can edit it by going up here to the Paint button for the interior color. I'm going with yellow. This for the exterior line borders color. Why not a fun blue? Ooh. And then you can make the text, the lines bolder or transparent. You can make them dotted, which is kind of funky looking. You can change the font. You can make them bold or italics. You can do all of these with the word art, just using your toolbar. You can also make slides visually interesting by adding backgrounds. This time I added a picture by double clicking or right clicking. I went to change backgrounds, image, I hit the choose button, and then I chose a fun tie-dye image. I'm going to change it because I think I like this one better. So I hit it, and then I'll hit select, and then I'll hit done, and it loads. You can also do backgrounds with just simple colors. That's done by double clicking or right clicking, depending on your computer, hitting change background, color, and then selecting the one that you like. Let's go with a pale blue. That's really soothing. You can also insert images. I added a kitten, but I think it could use a friend, and so I go up here to Image on our toolbar or Insert Image, either works. So normally it takes you to this page, and then I go to Google Drive, or if I had images saved on my Google Drive, or search if I wanted to find something from the internet. This time I want to find a picture of a kitten. I like this one. It looks cheerful. Then it inserts, and I can move it around and make it the size that I desire. Would you look at that? 2 kittens. You can also use slides to draw shapes. If I go up here to the Shape button, or also Insert Shapes, there are a variety of options for shapes, arrows, callouts, or equations. I'm going to go with this shape. And just like with the word art, you can alter it by going to the Paint button, changing the inside, changing the outside, giving it a different weight, giving it a different texture. I also added, wrong button, I also added text by sliding a text box into the middle. You can change the size of that text by highlighting it, make it bigger, change the font. I don't like that font. Let's go with this font. You can change the color, whether it's bold or italics, underlined. You can change its alignment within. That was not what I meant to do. Within it, I'm going to put it in the center so that it's lined up within that shape. That's what I did with this one, adding the wow and changing the colors of the arrow. These can also be moved around, but you'll want to make sure that you move the text box with them as they're not connected. So you'll want to wait to make your text boxes until you're absolutely sure where you want to put your shapes. All of these features allow students to interact with the software in multiple ways and create multiple designs for representing information for themselves or others, which is kind of cool. They can use attention-grabbing colors, like red, by changing the color of the text, or arrows can lead students to comprehend what's most important. They can also use attention grabbers such as fun and graphic fonts. Slides also has an animation feature which can encourage interactivity. Let me just go into presentation mode for a quick second. That's not what I meant. There we go. So if I go to the next slide, you'll see that it animated, and then when I click, the text appears. Let's exit presentation mode. That slide zoomed in on a click, and let me show you how to do it. So I left click or double click, change transition, which gives me this toolbar. I want the slide to come in by flipping, and then I want this box to, let's see, to fly in from the left on a click, and then I want this one to fly in from the right on a click. And I'm just going to hit play. and it's going to demo it for me. So it flips, it zooms out, and that one zooms in. Perfect. X that out. Using a personal combination of elements can communicate one's personality and allow for self-expression. But if someone also wanted to use a pre-existing layout, then they could also do that. You do that by going up here to Layout, or Theme, it's a theme, and it gives you all of these different options. I could change the theme to orange, I could change the theme to this blue one, it's very teachery, this pink, really any theme that you wanted, any combination of elements, but I prefer the basic one. Sometimes it's helpful if you're in a room that you don't want to turn the lights off, but you want to have a presentation going, to have the simple dark rather than the simple light. This means that the text can be seen against the black background, even when the lights are on in a classroom. Tools like this slide index, which I've been using to navigate, which you can scroll up and down on, can allow for goal setting and monitoring. Look, we're on slide 19. Slides, as a software, holds interest through its interactivity and options for design, and the presentations themselves hold as much interest as the person who makes them wants them to. So let's liven things up a bit. Cool. I did this side by adding a background of the spiral, then adding the word art, and then different shapes, and giving them different colors, line weights, and textures. However, I'm not sure that slides, in and of itself, goes the extra mile to provide engagement. Looks like that's a job for the slide makers. Students will have to come up with their own motivation for finishing the slides, as the slides do not encourage continued usage. It's something that has to come from without rather than from the program. So see you later, alligator, and have fun making some slides. Bye.